Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to kind of give you a quick run through of what I recommend you guys do every single day when you are playing this game, especially during festival season, because festivals are a really good time to get lots and lots of resources and to really improve your overall account, right? So what I'd recommend doing, just fix this real quick so I don't look too ridiculous, is basically going through and like this is the process that I follow, right? So you guys can follow along. I'll explain why I do what I do. You don't have to do exactly the same thing. It does take a decent chunk of time, I suppose, if you do everything. So it depends on how much time you have to commit to the game. But also, if you don't, then it's not the end of the world, right? Just do what you can, and then you'll still reap the benefits of the festival and the rewards. So let's go for it. So as soon as I log in, the first thing I always do is always grab my cash from Hawk, right? And then from there, I'll always go to the Vania Ale and grab the Vania Ale. Now, I don't do this necessarily, I do this every single day, but at the moment, because of the festival, what I always want to try and do is go to the Demon King's Dignity, and I always want to, if I can, buy this increased Vania Ale, right? This once per day. So I always try and do this, just so I can get maximized Vania Ale. So I'll do this real quick. I've already done this, but I think it resets more than once a day, but I do it once a day. So I'll always go and pick up the additional Vania Ale I get. So every day I'll go and do that. It'll give me like, I think 8, at the moment during festivals, which is really helpful. So I've done that. Then what I will do is I'll work my way through my dailies, right? So the first daily I always do is I always come to barn and I always do my cooking just because I'm already here. It's nice and easy, right? Then the next thing I'll do is I'll usually actually go to my knighthood. I'll check in and I'll actually go to my knighthood and I will go deposit I'll go contribute 100 of my lesser demon mats, and then I'll basically turn that into knighthood shop coins. Far out. And then go to the shop and buy anything I want to buy. So I usually buy the SSR pendants, the SA coins, and the stamina pots, whatever I can afford. Those are kind of my main 3. Some people buy like demon food and stuff, but I find that to be the most, the smartest or the most reasonable for me at least. From here, I'll usually come and send all my friendship coins, right? And then I'll make sure I grab all these up here, and then I'll take them to the shop. So I'll do my equipment drawer, I'll come to the shop, I will go through and I will buy a set of auto clear tickets just because I find them super helpful for a gold coin. You may not want to do that, that's up to you. You may want to buy pizza slices, entirely depends on what you need. And then I'll grab my free chest, and then I'll come down here and I'll buy some Spire keys. Sometimes I'll buy stamina pots. It just depends on how many stamina pots I need or I have and what I'm going to do. So I know I'm going to summon soon, so I'm going to get a lot of silver coins. So I'll spend a lot of those silver coins on stamina pots, so I won't really need to do that. So Spire is the keys for me at the moment, right? So from there, I kind of just work my way logically through my dailies. So for example, I'll come to my story and I'll do my free stage. So I'll come to one of these ones that I've loaded up for my SSR HP defense and attack, and I'll do one of these, usually my HP ones, just because I find them to be more valuable. So I'll make sure I get that done. And then often what I'll do is I'll go to Fort Solgris. So my next step is to then, sorry, I lied to you guys. My next step is usually to then do my patrols, because I do exactly what I just did there, and I'll go to battle, and I'll go to Fort Solgris, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I need to do my patrols. So I'll go to my patrols, I'll set those, and then I'll come to Fort Solgris. So as you can see, I've got quite a few here, and I know I'm going to get flamed in the comments. I need to do my time limit dungeon keys. I know, I'm well aware. And then I'll do the specials, right? So I'll make sure I have done, there you go, I haven't done all of these yet. That's on me, I need to make sure I do that later. So I will come here and make sure these are all completed so I get my diamonds and I've done all my counts I need to do, right, on both of these. Then I'll make sure I do my Fort Solgris reward dungeon, right? That's obviously important because that just gives you free resources. And then what I'll do is I'll pretty much just auto clear all of the Spire, right? That's kind of the next step for me. I'll leave them there so I can do them later, but that's kind of what I'll do, and that'll give me my Fort Solgris clears, right? So if you're going through it, so far we've done free stage, we've done our cooking, and then I'll move on to probably PvP and brawl. So from there, I'll come across, and I'll usually try and do brawl and PvP in one swing. So I'll go to my PvP, I'll do whatever I need to do. Where I usually go for ungeared, just because I want to increase for the diamonds. So I'm only champ 4 at the moment, so don't laugh, I need to get up there again. I just haven't been bothered with it. and I'll do usually at least my one PvP match. I'll try and do all 5 just to try and level up a bit, but lately I've been a bit slack because I've been very busy, so I'll do that one. And then from there, I will go over to my Brawl. Now, Brawl, most of you will probably dodge and avoid, but I just kind of need to get it done. It's part of my rhythm now, so I'll make sure I try and get my victory award for at least that day, and then I'll collect my Brawl rank reward as well. And then if I need to, I'll come here and I'll spend the coins on whatever I can, right? So I'll go through and buy whatever I want, and there you go. So for example, we'll get some anvils. And then that's that, right? So it's kind of like a process of just slowly working my way down. Next, I'll move on to my boss battles. I'll make sure I get all of these done so I can do all my deathmatch battles, right? And then what we're doing, we're going pretty well so far, getting through everything we need to get through. Then I'll often go to my World Tree Tower, right? Claim that, just use an auto clear ticket on that, wherever it is. Yep, here, and just auto clear it, right? And then I will go and just find a random piece of gear I need to enhance. So let's say, but I'll often do it on gear like that I'm trying to work on. So I think I've gone way too high. Yeah, I have. So often I will usually just grab, where am I going to be? Here. Like anything like this, and I'll just enhance this piece, just so that then levels up, right? So I always want to be like using your dailies to actually build your account slowly as well. Like don't just do them to get them done, like be not thoughtful about them because it's just a game, but like, you know, if you're going to do it, you might as well spend it on units that you're trying to invest in or gear you're trying to level up or stuff you're trying to get out of it, right? And I think that's pretty much all the dailies. So at the very least, you obviously want to make sure you get your dailies done. That's kind of just the starting point. From there, like I said, there's actually quite a lot to do at the moment. So you then will probably want to come across, honestly, to your Holy War and then just work your way down. So Wishbox, I guess I haven't done it. Go through, and this is why I have that process, is you just go through and you summon and get through all your resources. Now, you don't have to do this, of course. This is just what I recommend doing every day. There you go, there's my wish. So I got that. What do I want next? Let's have a look. Oh, I want 20 SA coins for sure. Sorry, I just got a notification on the phone. So I definitely want 20 SA coins. I love having those. So that's what I'm going to go after. And then we're going to hope we get it here. Nah. Right, so go through, do your wish box. Do your spin events. Make sure you use up all your coins. Then make sure you get your event boss battles done. So I've done a guide on this in terms of how to do it. You can do Hell, obviously, or any of the versions if you can. Make sure you're working towards doing your daily counts of 3. Make sure you've claimed your event rewards, which we're doing quite well in Asia. I'm sure in Global you're basically already done. And then obviously spend what you want to spend on the exchange shop. So ideally you want to get to a point where you do all 3 of those every day and you can basically claim this stuff super quickly and you'll be almost done, hopefully, if you're doing Hell, right? So that's kind of the tick box for that section. Then at the moment, you also want to make sure, which sometimes I forget, is make sure you do your final boss, right? So don't worry about my score. I hated this final boss. I wasn't really doing it for anything in particular. I was just doing it to get the rewards. But you want to make sure you're farming enough where you can then get all of the rewards, right? Maximize those rewards while this final boss is still here. I think it's only here for another couple of days, or another like 4 or 5 days. So make sure you're doing that as well, right? Now, again, ignore my blue ticks on my demonic beasts and my hero arena. I still need to do those. I might do them on stream this week. But you want to make sure you go through and get that done, right? From there, once you've done that, you've gone through and you're like, all right, cool. I've ticked off all of my dailies. I've done all my daily tasks, right? I've done all my events. I've done all of my boss battles. I've done all of my, death matches. You've done everything you need to do. You can obviously then start to clear your blue ticks because those are the weekly ones you want to do as well. But before you do that, the one thing I'd actually recommend doing as well, and this is kind of a disclaimer, this part, right? This is only if you really need to do it. It's because the festival at the moment gives you double resources, which is really, really helpful. So what that means is you want to do this after you have finished the death matches pretty quickly, right? And the reason you want to do that is because you get a 10% discount at that village by doing the death matches, right? By killing the demons, whether it's, Belmoth or OG or Red or Grey or Belmoth. Oh, Belmoth? No, what's the other one? Howlex, sorry, excuse me. And what you do is you donate the max settings, which is 30k at the moment, and this will give you another 10% off, another 10% off deduction. So what that means is you'll come to this shop here. Oh, excuse me. you'll come to this shop here, and you can basically go through and buy everything at a 20% discount, I think it is. Can't remember. Might even be 40. And then you basically are just going to go through and buy everything. Now, obviously, these level 3, level 4, level 5 will get you materials and resources to exchange for awakening stars, right? So this is if you're running low on awakening stars. So if you're trying to slowly work your way through and awaken everyone in your box, which I highly recommend you do, right? So you go awaken, and you can use a full awakening star. Now I already have 10, and the only people I don't have awakened are my Suicide Liz and Suicide Frowdred. So I don't want to do that, just because I'm more like, I want to use them more for like brawl and like, you know, when I need them, rather than having a higher box CC for them. So, but by doing this and going to every single shop across all 6 chapters, right, you'll be able to get 2 full awakening stars every day, right? So you go to world, and every time you've done it on one, you simply come here, go to chapter 2, go to chapter 3, go to chapter 4, go to chapter, all the way up to chapter 6, right? Because that's Leonis. Now, this is really, really cool, because this will give you, like I said, 2 full super awakening stars every day. Now, this is an expensive thing to do, so you do need to be aware that you'll need doing a lot of gold farming. I think it costs anywhere about 15 mil every single day if you're also grabbing all the food. Now, obviously, by grabbing all the food as well, this will give you lots of food to use in combat, but it'll also mean that you have lots of ingredients to cook every day from your dailies, and it'll also mean that you'll be able to max out affinity on a lot of people, right? So this is what I went really hard in the barn festival, because I basically went through and tried to get as much food as possible to max out as many people as possible in terms of infinity. And then I also went through and bought every single piece of equipment every single day. Every single resource from that shop every single day, in order to get enough super awakening, enough normal awakening stars to awaken everyone. Right, so this is a really good way of increasing your box. Like I said, it will mean you need to gold farm, and you need to keep an eye on your stamina pots, because I ran out of stamina pots because I got very greedy. But that's something to be aware of, right? You need to make sure that that is what you're doing, if that's your goal. The other thing you can also do as well is, when you have all of the discounts available in terms of the shop, and then the donation, and then the deathmatch, you can actually come and buy some SSR equipment if you want to. Now, this will also be discounted down to like under 500k each. Again, this is an expensive way to build sets, but if you do need to do it, you can. So the one I used to always do was, I think it's chapter 3. Let me have a look. Yeah, it was always chapter 3 and chapter 2. So chapter 3 was Post Town Tala. They did HP gear. And then chapter 2 was defense in Dalmanley. So I used to always do that so I could build HP defense gear sets for all of my units, right? So by doing that, it basically allowed me to really maximize my box. So now I have HP defense on every one of my units that I want them to have. And then by doing that, it basically mean, again, you'll be able to go into a unit and just apply SSR HP defense gear to it. Now, you'll obviously want to work on leveling those up, but that is a really good way of gearing all your units. And then also by awakening all of them, you'll then be able to have a really good increase in your overall box CC, right? So once you've done all that, you want to come back to the tavern, if you don't know how to do it. And then you'll come to, I just had a panic attack. I thought I wasn't recording for a second. This is a very casual video. Hope you guys are all right with that. Then you'll come to exchange equipments, right? And then you'll come over here and you'll click the star. And then you'll just simply go select all and include all, right? And then you'll fuse those together. And then that'll add to this. And then once this gets to 6,000, you'll get another star. Like I said, if you do every single village every single day, you'll get 2 a day, right? So it's really, really a good way of doing it. Or I think it's 1.5 a day. Either way, you'll get a lot. And you'll have enough by the end of pretty much this festival to be able to invest in everyone. And then that's pretty much it for the day, guys. So you basically want to make sure you get all your dailies done, make sure you get all your Holy War Festival stuff done, and then if you're like me, you want to come to all your item storage and you want to sell all your chests, you want to open everything you need to open, you want to clear out all this stuff, like basically just organize and have your box and your items and your inventory ready to go. But that's a really good way of basically maximizing your time during the festival, and also really just maximizing the amount of resources you can. Of course, like I said, dailies every day, grab the Vania ales, do all your Holy War stuff, finish your final bosses, and then go in and collect all the materials from all the different chapters will really maximize your account. And then once you've done all that, if you still want to keep playing, do your blue stuff, because you want to make sure you do your blue stuff by the end of the week. Like I need to do my Nidhogger, and I also need to do my Hero Arena. So these things will also maximize what you can get out of the week as well. So I think that's it. I don't think I've missed anything. I'm sure I probably have, but if I have and you guys do something different in your dailies, let me know in the comments down below. Or if there's something else you think I've forgotten that you guys want to make sure that you want to let everyone else know to do it as well. But that's kind of how I go about my day, at least when I'm playing this game, especially at the moment. And I find it's really, really helping me maximize resources. And I'm looking forward to, once I finish my summons on Demon King, which I'll be doing soonish, I'm really looking forward to really investing in some more of my box and spending more SA coins and yeah, leveling a whole bunch of people up. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.